The mysterious merchant is upon us. It is time to talk a little bit not only about the resources and speed ups and the rates you should be going for when it comes to gems and resources. There are also items in the lower sections of the merchant, in the boost area and in the other, that are very important for you guys to keep an eye on and worth picking up. Hey there YouTube, welcome back to the Gekko, another daily video for you guys, and today we're going to talk about the merchant that popped up on the jumper. As a matter of fact, I recorded this video on the big account but then screwed up, and by then I had already purchased everything and all that, so I figured, let's reset with the jumper, and curiously enough, I actually got her on there as well. I've noticed that the merchant shows up every time I click on troops, picking up troops from training, and more exactly when I pick up all four. When I pick up one, it never happens, but when I pick up all four, she more often than not shows up, which is pretty cool. So now we have this very big decision. Do we spend our precious gems on resources or on speed ups or on others? The general answer is yes. You should always be spending your gems and resources in the merchant to get whatever you need. Why? Because she has some of the best deals in the business. Like every merchant, not everything is at the best price. For example, picking up these speed ups at a 50% discount or these at a 50% discount is a little expensive based on the rates that we can get from the VIP shop. So usually when people compare prices of things, they compare it based on the values from the VIP shop. But some items, believe it or not, are not in the VIP shop that still show up here at a nice discount. So when it comes to gems, I tend to go with resources to 90% discount, and that's it. So anything that is on a 10% price, 90% discount, I insta pick up because I see absolutely no reason not to. This is the best deal you'll get, better than the VIP shop, better than everywhere. When it comes to 80% discount on resources, it is the same value you get from the VIP shop, even though the VIP shop has higher denomination resources. And because those are much cheaper in gems than buying the same amount in smaller denominations, then the actual discount from the VIP shop is better. So first of all, you should go ahead and clean out the VIP shop. If you've done that and you still need resources and you have all the gems and you don't have all the resources from all the gems you got, then go ahead and pick this up at an 80% discount. You're not losing that much, but for most of us average Joes, 80% is too little and you should not be looking at this at all. You should be going to the VIP shop, buying it from there. And for me personally, again, the resources that I have the most of is gold that I don't use at this point. You guys can see I have very little gold on me, but the bags are full. So I'm not going to pick up this 90%er, but if you guys need gold, this is a banger for sure. When it comes to resources for resources, my theory is very simple. First of all, when you exchange one for one, what ends up happening is live resources become tiled resources. And tiled resources are immune from attack, from stealing, from taking. So I always look for how I can convert my live resources into tiles. If there was a mechanism where I could pay like a 30% fee to convert them, I'd be doing it daily. Why? Because there's no reason for me to have to hide my resources away. When you're a bigger player, it's less of an issue, but when you're a smaller guy stacking up resources and trying to get things done, it is very, very scary to have 20 or 30 mil of each resource and tier 5 scouting you. So when it comes to converting live resources for tiles, always a good move. On top of that, you get an actual discount on the tiles, so you get more resources for less resources. It's a no-brainer as far as I'm concerned. I don't exchange for gold. And I know people like, for example, Echo Gaming, who doesn't like to exchange wood. So his wood is very hard to get to. He doesn't really gather as much wood or can find as many wood tiles. So he doesn't do exchanges for wood. On the other hand here, speed ups are a little bit of a different story when it comes to numbers. A 50% discount speed up is not a good discount. You get better rates than that in the VIP shop. 60% is where the VIP shop stops. Now, you can see very clearly that a 60% 5-minute speed ups at a 60% discount would end up costing you about 5 gems a pop. And if we go to the VIP shop, you will notice that these guys go for 6 gems a pop, which is the 3% difference here. So it is very similar. It is very close, and getting at a 60% your speed ups, if you're in need of speed ups, like all these guys going for tier 5s that are desperately looking for every possible minute they can, then yes, converting your gems into 60%ers is not a bad idea. There are better deals though. If you find a 70, that's that. Pick it up. Doesn't matter which speed up. It's always good for you. And every now and then you'll catch an 80% as well, which I've seen a couple of them lately. And believe me, I've snatched them faster than I could. When it comes to resources for speed ups, again, as far as I'm concerned, it's a no-brainer. If you are converting resources into gems, into speed ups, you will see that the numbers are really good, especially at a 30% discount here and things like that. But the interesting thing for me is, again, there's a theory behind all this. Forget about the conversion for a second. We're talking about time. Time is precious. If I know that I can pick up 140,000 wood for an hour, so in an hour I can get 140,000 wood, which isn't that hard to do. I mean, a level 4 tile has 252,000 wood, and it'll take you about an hour-ish, maybe less, depending on your speed and stuff like that. So at a 30% discount, 2 hours for 140 wood is a no-brainer. You are winning, you're gaining time for free. So time is the most important resource in this game. Resources are nice, but time is everything, and we are trying to cut that time down. So I'm going to go ahead and pick up this speed up right here, and I'm also going to go ahead and pick up this speed up right here. If you ask me why on this specific account, because it's still has a long way to go to tier 5s, but I'm already preparing. I'm already setting the stage for the big researches that are coming up very, very soon. Now we're going to reach a section that a lot of people really don't give enough attention to. So I've seen a lot of videos about the merchant talking about the boosts and only the things that are appearing here, and the others and only the things that are appearing here. But there are very crucial items in both these sections you guys should keep in mind and keep an eye for, because they can really, really, really save you a lot of hassle, a lot of heartache, a lot of everything. So let's talk about these items. First of all, come all these 8-hour stone production, food production, wood production tiles. You will see them a lot more often than not for resources, for 35,000 resources. Now, obviously the production is completely useless. I mean, you're not producing almost any resources. But the reason these are worth picking up is because they are insanely useful for your activity points for your daily challenges. As you can see, these guys appear here. Just using these items will get you 5 points each, so that's 20 points easy. And then you also have a gathering enhancement, which is just using a gathering enhancement item for another 5 points. So for 140 and then another 90,000 to cost you the gathering enhancement, you can actually end up getting 25 points a day. Now, those items are also coming in gems, which I absolutely don't recommend spending on any gems, but picking up a few of these just to have them is really useful. Other items though that show up in the boost section that are really interesting are going to be on the screen right now. You see you have a 70% discount on an army expansion boost. An army expansion boost that, now that it's off the screen, you can see that at a VIP shop, when you hit level 14, level 14, you get them at a 50% discount. So the merchant has them at a 70% discount available now, and you're not going to pick one up? You don't know when it's going to show up next. Having a couple of them in your bag for late game is probably the best thing you can do. I mean, you're planning to play this game for a long time, hopefully. You're going to be building up to your tier 5s and all that good stuff. These are items you'll be using very much at the late game, at wars, in situations, in events. So spending the 70% discount, the 1,500 gems on it, is a very much recommended thing. And I think that it's one of the items out of many items in this tab that are worth keeping an eye on, that aren't in this particular instance of the merchant, but they do show up every now and then. Another item that shows up very often that I really, really like is the anti-recognizance technology, which I'm not entirely... I even here have 9 of them, okay? Why do I have 9 of them? Very simple. because they come up in the store at a 70% discount for 150 gems. And guess what? Every single time you get in a war, first thing I do is pop one of these. When I popped one of these, I can go anywhere I want. I can send armies out, and most people are not gonna straight up attack me without having a report, without having a scout, knowing if it's worth it. Now, if you guys want me to compile a list of all the good items and what's the best rate to get them, leave me a comment down below and smash the like button on this video so I know you guys actually want this. If I see a lot of likes, I know this is something important to you guys. So that's another boost item I really like, and I think you guys should keep an eye on. There are many others like attack boosts, defense boosts, and stuff like that. Based on your gameplay, they might be worth keeping an eye on and picking up a few instances to have in your bag, because you won't get them at a better rate anywhere. Let's talk about the other section, and in here there's an item that I'm very happy to see. The other section has a lot of different items within it, and in some instances you get for resources, stars, experience, and a couple of other things. But the stars and XP are the most important ones that I really want to talk about. Stars are very important in this game. I do buy every now and then stars for resources, but they're not my big focus. Some people say that it's very good. I tend to disagree. I think that that if you play the game at a certain speed and you're playing the game right and you're not just pushing, you'll end up getting enough stars with time and with events and with things like that. I do pick them up occasionally, but I don't always. XP, on the other hand, is something I do pick up very often. I would not use your gems for XP, but resources for XP I think is worth here and there. There are many other items that are gonna be in this section. Two of them that I really want to highlight though, that are super important to keep an eye on, are the 24-hour shields, which luckily we have one of those here, and the talent reset. Now again, I don't really know as of right now what the exact best value for them is, but I do see a 24-hour for 50% off right here, and I have another image of a talent reset at a 30% discount. Now, a 24-hour shield is very useful. You get a lot of 8-hour shields from the game, but as you can see, you never get a 24-hour. The only real place you can get these is from the actual shop at a full price. So picking one up at a 50% discount sounds like a really good deal to me. And I'm gonna put my gems where my mouth is and pick this one up just so I have a 24-hour backup plan. Will I use it today or tomorrow? Probably not. But in case I ever need one, that's a 50% discount rather than going to the shop and buying one, which has happened to me in the past in the big account where I had to swallow it up and just go pay the full price and pick up like a 24-hour shield because it was just too much and I had to step away. Another good item to keep an eye on is the talent reset, where as you reach the late game, you're going to have to start swapping the talents of your commanders more often. Getting them for a discount in the VIP, in the merchant store, is always a good idea. So keep that in mind. Let's use our free refresh of the day to see what else we can get from this merchant. So we got a nice chunk of 90%ers right here. This is not even a question. We're going to go 1, 2, and 3. I'm going to leave the 80% gold behind. We're going to come down and see some beautiful speed ups. Some beautiful speed ups at a 70% discount. And 10% off on some research speed ups for food. So we're going to go ahead and do that. We're going to go ahead and do that. And we're going to go ahead and do that because that is the best value. We got an anti-recognizance, which is something that I talked about. And we got two talent resets, and actually now we know that we can get them at a 50% discount. Now guess what? That was a no-brainer. I'm considering going for this guy as well, but as of right now, since I know they're at 50% and I don't need them right now, I'm gonna hold on. I'm gonna stay a little bit responsible, and I'm gonna leave these in here and wait for another 50%er to pick it up once again. I also know the anti-recognizance can come at a 70% discount, which is why I'm not picking it up. And that's pretty much that. So overall, this was a very successful merchant, but one question remains. Should you spend gems on refreshes? The answer is, once again, depends on your gameplay. I don't really need, on the jumper, more speed ups and more resources at this exact point in time. So let's wrap it up because this video is already as long as it can be. I'm the Gekko. I'm out of here. Thank you guys very much for watching this video. If you guys found it useful, again, smash the like button. If you guys want me to make a list of all the items and the best prices you can get them in the mysterious merchant store, again, likes on the video, comments down below, and I'll make sure to get that done. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Discord, all that good stuff in the description. If you guys want to play this game with me, as we are sponsored by Rise of Civilizations, there's a link in the description as well to download the game and start playing today, both for iOS and Android. Thank you guys again for all your continuous support. Thank you guys for really sticking with me. All the likes, all the comments, all the feedbacks, all the good stuff. I really, really, really appreciate it. You guys have no idea how much it means to me. And I will see you guys in the next video sooner rather than later. Hopefully in a stream tomorrow. But if I don't stream tomorrow, there's definitely going to be a video coming out. And yeah, stay safe, stay positive, stay happy. That's all that matters. Peace.